Hello, my dear students. I am Dr. Kasera. I am delivering lecture on spectrophotometry. Spectrophotometry, especially this chapter, is included in the prospectus of BMLT second year students, and in this under this chapter there is a calorimeter, then spectrophotometer, then flame photometry, then inflorescence technology. All these technology related to the photometric or measurement of light as radiant energy is included. So first of all, we will discuss the principle of light energy used in the measurement of biochemical substances in the colored solution. First of all, as you see in your course, there is a word used calorimeter. Calorimeter means coloring means color, meter means measurement. The instrument which provides the facility to measure the color, depth of color of any transparent solution is known as calorimeter. Means color measurement through the with the help of light as a radiant energy. In this way, you will see that this instrument works on the principle of Beer's and Lambert's law. Beer's law says when the radiant energy of a particular wavelength is passed through the transparent colored solution, the amount of some light is absorbed in the solution, while the remaining amount of light is transmitted from the transparent media of the solution. The light which is absorbed in the solution is known as absorbance of the light, or so to say, it is also called as the optical density of the light. The light which after absorption the remaining amount of light passes away is known as the amount of light which is transmitted. So as you know that the absorbance of light in the colored solution of a defined spectrum is directly proportional to the concentration of the color of the given solution. If the color of the solution is darker, then the large amount of light radiant energy will absorb in the solution, and less amount of the light will transmitted. So the absorption is directly proportional to the concentration or depth of the color of the solution. As you know, in calorimetric estimation, color is important. Whenever we proceed for an estimation, say for example, we are going to estimate calorimetrically estimation of blood sugar. In this way, the procedure we adopt, in that procedure, ultimately the end product will give a transparent colored solution. Therefore, this transparent colored solution, its depth is proportional to the concentration of the color, concentration of the substance under study. For example, if we are estimating sugar during process, we develop a violet color or blue color in the solution, then we pass the light of defined spectrum. Defined spectrum, I will let you relate. Relate afterwards. Defined spectrum of light. Some amount of light is absorbed in the solution, and remaining amount of light is transmitted from the solution outside. So there is a relationship between the absorption and transmission of the solution from the from this instrument. The instrument used for this estimation is known as calorimeter. Calorimeter, as I earlier told, that it is the instrument which used for the measurement of the color in terms of radiant energy, light energy, and this measurement depends upon the principle of Beer's law. Beer's law says that the amount of light absorbed or transmitted or reflected is directly proportional to the concentration of the color of the transparent color in the solution, and the transparent color in the solution is proportional to the concentration of the substance under study. For example, we are going to estimate the blood urea present in the given sample of blood. Ultimately, after final procedure, there we got a color that, say for example, orange color, and for orange color a specific spectrum is prepared, and the light source most probably a tungsten wire or other is halogen lamp or mercury lamp, depending upon the wavelength of the light required for estimation. We select the source of light. For simple visible range, we simply use the source of light is a tungsten lamp, and for further more elaboration of wavelength, we require even the mercury lamp, which gives a broadest spectra of light from the higher to the lower range. The visible range of light is 740 nanometer to 420 nanometer. For 700 nanometer means it is the wavelength of the light. As you know, light travels in the form of wave, and the wavelength means the length between the two crests of the wave is known as the wavelength, and it is measured in nanometer. So the different colors of light are the characteristic of their wavelength, and wavelength is measured in nanometer. Therefore, the visible range to non-visible range, you will see in this prism, there a source of light is passed through the prism, and after refraction, the light produces a spectra of light which contains several colors. So first of all, you see, you will get the red color, orange color, yellow color, green color, blue color, and indigo, and ultimately the violet. So this visible range is the maximum wavelength of red color is 760 nanometer, and orange up to violet color, the wavelength comes to about 250 nanometer. And these different spectra of light are the characteristic of the particular estimation. For example, if measurement of calorimeter measurement, first we have to select which wavelength or which color of spectra will be suitable for the estimation of the related compound. According to the Beer's law, Beer's law follows under the condition when the amount of radiant energy of light is strongly absorbed in the solution. Any spectra may pass through the solution, but if there is no maximum absorption, it will not follow the Beer's law. So first and foremost important principle is to select the suitable spectra for the estimation of given substance in our biochemistry laboratory. For example, we are going to estimate blood sugar, and after processing in the laboratory, the end point it gives it gives a reddish color, and for this red color, for which spectra of light is strongly observed, that we have to select, and this selection is done by changing the different spectra which fall in the solution, and then we select the lambda max. How we will select lambda max? How to select the suitable wavelength or suitable filter for the estimation of the substance under study. First of all, we will change the spectrum of light in the solution. For example, first we have taken the wavelength 700, then 650, then 500, then 580, and ultimately then 400. And we have then recorded the absorbance. For example, if maximum absorbance of light is 500, then this 500 wavelength of light color spectrum will be the most suitable color spectrum from the point of view of study of the substance given. It means this 500 wavelength, that is 500 nanometer wavelength of spectra is suitable for the study, and this condition is known as, and this wavelength will be is known as the lambda max. So in this way we will prepare a curve. We will simply prepare a colored solution, and from this colored solution we will pass light of different wavelengths, and then study the maximum absorption of light gives which wavelength will be the suitable wavelength. And Beer's law tells that Beer's law follow under the condition of lambda max. How we will find lambda max? If we plot a curve, that is absorption versus concentration. Absorption versus concentration, and 400, then 450, 500, 550, and ultimately 600. These are the wavelengths of the spectra we used or we tries to pass through the solution, and then we recorded the reading. So, for example, at 500 wavelength, the absorption was at this point, after 50 the absorption was this, and on 450 the absorption was this. Ultimately, on increasing the absorption or spectrum, the absorbance goes down. You will find the maximum absorption of light is at around 550. The wavelength 550 of light or radiant energy, light energy of 550 wavelength, at this 550 wavelength, the absorption of light in the solution is maximum. So this absorption of light is suitable and it will strictly follow the Beer's law. Therefore, if anybody asks you how will you select the filter for the calorimetric estimation or photospectral estimation, the simple procedure is you complete your experiment, develop a transparent color, and under that transparent color you pass first you adjust the zero absorption and you pass the light of different wavelengths, and the wavelength at which the absorption in the voltameter is maximum, that will be the suitable wavelength, and this wavelength is known as lambda max, and lambda max is suitable wavelength. So in calorimetric estimation it is very important to first how to select the suitable filter or suitable spectrum of light, and for selection of suitable filter or suitable spectrum, the procedure is just you proceed for the estimation of sugar, developed the transparent color, and that color is taken in a calorimeter and we pass the light. This light is made to fall after a suitable filter which generates a particular color of spectrum, and that spectrum is passed through the colored solution, and the light which is absorbed in the solution and remaining amount of solution is passed and made to fall on the photocell. What is the function of photocell? The function of photocell, as you know, photo means light and cell means cell which generate current. So, the radiant energy of light is converted into the electrical current, equivalent current. The light is converted into the equivalent current, and when this current is passed through a voltmeter or is passed through a voltmeter, it will give you the reading, and this reading in terms of current proportional to the absorbance and absorbance under the suitable spectrum. So, important point is in calorimetric estimation, first we should know what is light. Light is a radiant energy, and this light is passed through the color solution, and this light is absorbed in the color solution. The amount of color solution absorbed is known as absorbance of the light, and remaining amount of light which is passed after absorption is known as transmit, because it is transmitted. So according to Beer's law, the color depth of the solution is directly proportional to the concentration of the color or depth of the color, and the transmission is inversely proportional to the depth of the color. Therefore, absorption is directly proportional to the depth of the color. If color is dark, there must be the absorption will be more, and more absorption, more color is there. When color is more, the concentration of the substance is more. So simply, I would like to conclude today's chapter that calorimetry is nothing but it is the device by which we measure the depth of color by means of radiant energy light. So measurement of color is known as calorimeter. Or in this way, I told that light is a radiant energy, and light, which we simply say is colorless, when it is made to pass through a prism, or when we develop a spectrum, it divides into several colors with different spectrum or wavelength. Light, as you know, light travels in the form of wave, and the characteristic of the light or particular spectrum depends on the wavelength of the light. And how to measure the wavelength of the light? As you know, light travels into the form of waves. So the distance or length between the two crests of light, between the two crests of particular light, is known as the wavelength of that light. And wavelength of particular spectrum is the characteristic of the spectrum. And particular wavelength is required for the calorimetric estimation, and for calorimetric estimation, since this estimation depends upon the Beer's and Lindbergh's law, and for Beer's and Lindbergh's law to follow, the first condition is that the wavelength which we use for estimation should be strongly absorbed in the solution. Well, if it is not strongly absorbed, it will not follow the Beer's law, and your process of estimation will be wrong. And there, so first of all, in the instrument, our first important point is to select the wavelength, and selection of wavelength is known as lambda max. This lambda max is the suitable spectrum. Under this suitable spectrum, the absorbance of light in the solution is maximum. So first condition, selection of filter or spectrum. And how to select the filter or spectrum? Simple procedure. You proceed and develop the color in the solution, and that color is color put into the calorimeter, and we pass different colors of light through the solution, and then we record the reading in galvanometer, and maximum absorption at the point we correlate that here the case, the maximum absorption is at 550 nanometer. Therefore, the lambda max in this particular case is 550. So this is the first step of selection of the filter or spectrum, which is essential to follow the Beer's and Lindbergh's law. First step is selection of the lambda max. After this, After selection of lambda max, the Beer's law simply says that absorption is proportional to A, B and C. A stands the wavelength, B stands the pathway, and C stands for the concentration of color color and ultimately the concentration of substance under study. Concentration of color substance under study. As you know that wavelength in any set of experiment is constant, it is never changed once we set up the experiment. Then the path of light travel V is also constant for a particular set of experiment. Only thing changeable is the concentration of the substance we are going to study. Therefore, Beer's law will simply come to concentration is proportional to absorption, and we can develop a formula here. Concentration of test solution upon concentration of standard solution into factor. You know why we require standard solution, why we test almost quite clear, because we are going to estimate the sugar or urea or creatinine in the test, so test solution concentration we would like to know. But why we require concentration of standard? As you know, nothing is absolute in this world. You have to compare compare your own concentration with some sort of standard, and under that condition whether the test concentration is stronger or lower, or where it stands after calculation. So according to Beer's law, first step is to observe the lambda max, that is selection of filter or spectrum, that I have shown you by plotting the curve on the board. After selection, we will proceed for the procedure of the test, and after completing the procedure of the test, ultimately the most important point of today's topic, ultimately it is our aim is to develop a color transparent solution, and that transparent colored solution is made to observe in the calorimeter, where we pass the light through the colored solution, and the light especially after selecting the particular filter or spectrum. Particular filter means different colors of filter. What is filter? Filter are nothing but they are the pieces of transparent colored glasses, and the different colored glasses have different wavelengths of the light. It is a tentative method to develop the average spectrum of light, but for accurate spectrum we have developed a special development in the calorimeter instrumentation. Calorimeter में we use filter of different colors, but in spectrophotometry we developed a prism, and by grating the prism we can obtain very narrow range of spectrum from maximum to minimum, from ultraviolet to violet, from infrared to red. Different spectrum we can obtain with the help of the prism. So the calorimeter, and what is the difference between calorimeter and spectrophotometer? The only difference is that in calorimeter, to generate the spectrum we use different colored filters, pieces of glass, and before we start the experiment, simply we estimate the lambda max, that is the particular color of light, suitable color of light under which the absorption of light is maximum. The maximum absorption of light filter color will be the suitable, and it is known as the lambda max. This lambda max is generated with the help of the filter in calorimeter, but when we use spectrophotometer, where the spectrum is generated with the help of a prism, grating of prism. A automatic changing or regulation with the help of regulator, the position of prism changes, and with the change of position of prism there is a change of different wavelengths of light which is made to pass through the solution So only difference between spectrophotometer and calorimeter is, number one, in calorimeter the spectrum is generated with the help of different colored filters, and these different colored glass filter, transparent glass filter, have different wavelengths. And first of all, we take absorption of our set of experiment in different color filter, and which color filter gives maximum absorption will be the suitable filter. So the Beard's law tells that under the defined spectrum of light, the absorption of the light is proportional to the concentration or depth of the color of the solution, and vice versa. The depth of the color is directly proportional to the concentration of solution. In this way, by estimating the concentration of color, we estimate the concentration of the substance under study, and therefore in biochemical laboratory, this instrument, calorimeter or spectrophotometer, is one of the most important and frequently used instrument in biochemistry laboratory. Now I would like to relate some more details about the instrument. Simple, I will take time. Simple, I will take first colorimeter. कैलोरीमीटर में we require first light, and light especially spectrum. Okay, spectrum starts from 740 nanometer to 400 nanometer. This is the visible range. This is the visible range, and in this range, we have to select the spectrum. In calorimeter, selection of spectrum is done by way of different colors of filter. Colors of filter. For example, red to violet color. There are different wavelengths, that is from 740 to 400 nanometer, and this 7 colors of filter, 7 colors of filter gives 7 spectrum. Do you understand the fact?
Yes.
And the spectrum is very important, because suitable spectrum में absorption will be maximum. जब हम लाइट को आपका सॉल्यूशन के थ्रू पास करते हैं तो बियर्स लॉ के हिसाब से हमको ऐसी लाइट सिलेक्ट करना पड़ती है जो लाइट उस सॉल्यूशन में मैक्सिमम एब्जॉर्ब हो, मैक्सिमम बहुत ज़्यादा मात्रा में घुल जाए और बची हुई लाइट बाहर निकल जाए। तो ऐसा फिल्टर सिलेक्ट करने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे? ऐसा फिल्टर सिलेक्ट करने के लिए एक ही तरीका है कि सबसे पहले आप अपना एक्सपेरिमेंट पूरा कर लेंगे प्रोसीजर से। अल्टीमेटली जब आपका प्रोसीजर कंप्लीट हो जाता है तो उस प्रोसीजर में कैलोरीमेट्रिक प्रिंसिपल के हिसाब से, जैसा आपने बताया कि कैलोरीमीटर का मतलब होता है मेजरमेंट ऑफ कलर, तो कलर आएगा तभी तो आप मेजर करेंगे ना। तो जब आपका, और कलर कौन सा होना चाहिए? कलर ट्रांसपेरेंट होना चाहिए। कलर अगर टर्बिड है, your set of experiment is useless. So transparent color, in the end transparent color should be developed. And for calorimetric estimation, calorimeter works on the principle of Beer's law. और Beer's law ये कहता है कि under suitable spectrum of light, the absorbance is directly proportional to the concentration of the solution. इसको चीज को आप थोड़ा ध्यान से समझिए। एब्जॉर्बेंस का मतलब होता है कि जब अपन ने लाइट को कलर सॉल्यूशन को पास किया तो उसका कुछ अमाउंट सॉल्यूशन में एब्जॉर्ब हो जाएगा, जो अमाउंट बचेगा वो बाहर निकल जाएगा। तो जो अमाउंट सॉल्यूशन में एब्जॉर्ब होता है लाइट का, उसको हम बोलते हैं एब्जॉर्बेंस, और जो लाइट बाहर निकल जाती है उसको हम बोलते हैं ट्रांसमिशन। ट्रांसमिटेंट लाइट, बाहर निकली हुई लाइट को क्या बोलते हैं? ट्रांसमिटेंट लाइट। देखिए, जब लाइट कम एब्जॉर्ब होगी तो बाहर ज़्यादा निकलेगी, जब लाइट बहुत ज़्यादा एब्जॉर्ब होगी तो बाहर कम निकलेगी। इसका मतलब ये है कि व्हाट इज द रिलेशन बिटवीन एब्जॉर्बेंस एंड ट्रांसमिटेंस? द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन एब्जॉर्बेंस एंड ट्रांसमिटेंस इज इनवर्स। मैक्सिमम द एब्जॉर्बेंस, minimum the transmission, minimum the absorbance, maximum the transmission. And Beer's law simply follows under the condition where the absorbance of the light is maximum, and for maximum absorbance we have to select a particular filter or particular spectrum. To select the particular filter or spectrum, the simple procedure is, first of all you develop the color in the set of experiment, and that color you take in a test tube, a net and clean test tube, then start with water, set 0. Again, now you keep your color solution and starting from maximum wavelength to minimum wavelength and take the reading. The reading, maximum absorption, you note the wavelength. You note the wavelength at which the absorption is maximum. This maximum absorption is the suitable filter or spectrum for the particular setup experiment. Now there is no fear. This selection of filter and spectrum is ready, and it will follow the Beer's law. Now Beer's law, I simply told you, according to Beer's law, the absorbance of light, of suitable light in the solution is proportional to the depth of the color of the solution, and ultimately it is proportional to the concentration of the substance under study. If color is less, the concentration of the substance will be less. If color is more dark, the concentration of the substance will be more. So depending upon the color concentration, the substance concentration is directly correlated, and with this Beer's and Lambert's principle, we go for the colorimetric estimation. What is the difference between spectrophotometry and colorimetry? There is no difference at all. There is no difference at all. Tension नहीं, वो 40 मिनट ऐसा कुछ अच्छा कट हो जाएगा. So what is the difference between the spectrophotometry and colorimetry? Simple difference. The principle of working of calorimeter and spectrophotometry is the same. Only difference in calorimeter, the suitable spectrum of light is generated by way of different transparent glass filters, and in spectrophotometer the spectrum is generated by grating of different positions of prism fitted inside the spectrophotometer. So the spectrophotometer is a sort of advancement over calorimeter. Simply, now that I think you have properly understood. Now I simply told you Beer's law, and sometimes it is asked Beer's and Lambert's law.